All right. Welcome to the award list links video. This is a really nice campaign that you can start building today and start getting links from. It's amazing how well it works. And so there's a type of campaigns that we'll be talking about, and I thought about this. I don't want to just tell you about different types of links that work. I want to show you what links work. I want to show you how to build them. And rather than just, okay, this is what an infographic link is, this is what a resource page link is, this is what a guest post link is, I want to show you the steps that you need to take in order to secure those types of links. Now, I want to say for the most part, the awards list links is a campaign. Each individual campaign is usually worth a dozen links. So that's good news. And why it works so well is that it appeals to the webmaster's vanity, and vanity is a very strong leverage. In fact, it's extremely strong. It may be one of the strongest leverage points that you can appeal to as a link builder as you're reaching out to these people and ask them to link to you. And basically what it is a link bait and outreach tactic, which means you have to create content in order to make this work for you. You can't use existing content. This is something where you actually are going to create content, then reach out to the bloggers to ask them to link to it. All right, so instead of linking over to existing content. All right, so step one is simple. Pull a list of the top 100 blogs for a specific niche in your industry. Now, if you sell fishing rods or if you sell a bait and tackle shop, what you would do is pull a list of the top 100 blogs, not on fishing, but for a specific niche in your industry. So you could think of the top fishing reels in 2018 might be, well, we're looking for blogs. The top fishing blogs for Michigan rivers, or the top 100 blogs for saltwater fishing in Florida and Tampa Bay. You can get really specific with your niche because you can skip ahead a little bit. You can see that you can create more than just one award list for an industry. You can create them for several niches. So by pulling a list of all the top 100 blogs for a specific niche in your industry, we have to start there. Now, if you're in a different industry, well, let's go on with the fishing. You could do a separate award list. You could do it for saltwater fishing, freshwater fishing, trout fishing, brook trout fishing, the best brook trout blogs, the best lake trout blogs, the best ice fishing blogs. You get what I'm saying, right? There's just a lot of places you can go with this campaign. And like I said, it's usually good for about a dozen links for each one that you run. So why not run these? All right, once you have those for the first niche that you choose, let's say it's saltwater fishing blog, and you list the top 100 blogs that you could find, and you already know how to find those. You can Google them. You probably already know what they are. You could use BuzzSumo. There's a lot of, I've talked about that in other videos, so I'm not going to get into that here. But what you do is you start researching the traffic numbers of each of the blogs using not hrefs, and we're not going to look at their link profiles. We're not going to get into Majestic. We're not going to get into Open Explorer, but instead, you're going to go to spyfood.com and you're going to look at their traffic numbers. That's the only thing that matters here. And also, you could use SEMrush for this. And what your goal is you want to get those 100 niche blogs that you found, and you want to cull them down to about 50. And that will, what that'll do to cull it, eliminate all the sites with zero or, well, that should be little traffic, huh? Yeah, so eliminate the sites with zero or little traffic. That way you're not wasting your time doing outreach to people who have nothing to offer you. Maybe in a year's time they will have traffic, and then you can reach out to them then. But there's plenty of sites in your industry that do have traffic. So eliminate the sites with zero or little traffic. And also, you want to cull from your list the major brands from your list. So if you're a fishing rod, if you were doing fishing and getting back to that example, and you were at a bait and tackle shop and you're going to do something on saltwater fishing, you're probably not going to want the major Shakespeare brands. I don't know any saltwater brands, but you're not going to want any of those blogs on your list, because there's a very good chance that Shakespeare or Evinrude, or I'm trying to think of different fishing major brands, they are going to probably not be interested in the slightest that they made your list. So that's why you have to cull your list. You have to get rid of the people with just a ton of traffic and the major brands, because they're not going to care. And then you eliminate the sites with zero or little traffic. Then what you're left with are the mid-tier and lower tier prospects. And those are the best bets that you have on getting them to really take notice of your award list and to actually share it with their social media followers and a link to it. And getting them to link to it's pretty easy. We'll get into that in a minute. All right, create the awards list. And this doesn't have to be difficult. What you want to do is list the sites, first of all, according to their traffic numbers. Somebody that comes in, and if they know that their traffic numbers are high, and you got them a number 49 on your list, and there's a bunch of sites above them that have like their lower tier prospects, you want to have your sites ordered on a list from top to bottom, from the highest amount of traffic to the lowest amount. Put them everybody in their proper place, and you're not going to step on the toes of the prospects that have the most eyeballs to send you, right? You want the people with the most traffic out of all of these prospects to link to you the most and share you, because that's going to generate the most traffic for you. So don't step on their toes. Make sure that they're high up on the list. Then what you do is, once you have them ordered, write a short 1 or 2 paragraphs about each of the sites and what makes them a good read. This is I don't recommend you cheat by taking copy from their pages and then putting it down as a summary, though I used to do that a lot because it was so easy and I didn't want to write out 50 paragraphs, talking about different blogs. But this is something that you could easily outsource to textbroker.com or Upwork. Have them go through and write a summary for each of the blogs. You could even to tell what you like about the blogs. Make it personal. Hey, I like this post. I like this blog a lot because of this and this. All right. When you do set up your awards list, and after you have the summary written, make sure that you include a do follow link to their homepage and another do follow link to one of their popular posts. Don't get greedy with your no follow links and your do follow links and when you're linking out. And I get why some people want to just go no follow on all their links on their website, but to me that's greedy. You're trying to get these people to link to you, and if they know what a do follow and no follow link is, they're like, wait a minute, you say I made your top 50 list, but you don't trust me enough to give me a do follow link? That's just an inconsistent message. Anybody that makes your list should get a do follow link. And if you're not, you're going to run into problems. You may lose some opportunities. And if you're worried that your site is going to lose link equity or page rank or link juice because you're linking out to do follow site with do follow links, well, that's nonsense. Don't let that get in your mind. That's just nonsense. All right. So another thing that's really important, and this is something I learned from Brian Dean, and he does such a good job on his posts and on his award list, is name it something that's going to appeal to the vanity of the bloggers making the list. Remember, I said that vanity is an extremely strong leverage point. Okay, it's like you don't split wood without an axe without a handle. And you usually when you paint something with a paintbrush, you paint your house, you make sure the brush has a handle. Handles are leverage. And in this case, for awards lists, vanity is leverage that you can use to get them to promote the content that you're creating here and to get them to link to it. And something like the top, and this is, instead of saying the top 50 parenting blogs, You could do something like name it the top 50 parenting blogs helping readers raise amazing kids. Something like that. And that would be, I think, a really appropriate for the parenting niche. So make sure the title has some value to it, because really it's going to, what you're going to use to appeal to the vanity of the bloggers you're adding to the list. So that title has to be more than the top 50 parenting blogs. It has to be something that has some extra oomph to it. I hope that makes sense. All right, once you've done that, we move on to step 5. And this is where a lot of people blow it. Create a professional and attractive badge that you're going to send to each prospect on your list. And if you suck at graphics, hire it out. Go to Upwork. It's going to save you a lots of time and embarrassment. I've tried to create badges using Canva, and I just don't have the skill set. So you want to make sure that the badge you create is in really good, that it's just professional. It's something that the people are going to be proud to put on their website. Include the name of the title on the badge that you came up with in the previous step, and just make sure it's something amazing. Also, have whatever designer, or if you're doing it yourself, use NFL team colors. And for your, you can find those at jim-nielsen.com/team colors/. And I'll pull them up. I have them right on my all right, here we go. And what I do is I just choose the NFL, because the NFL puts a lot of money into their color research. So why would we ever use combinations that weren't as thoroughly researched as the NFL searches? And you could just go in there and find the the colors that maybe look the most attractive, but they all have been tested. Every one of these colors, maybe not the Jets, to sell jerseys. And what I would recommend you do is go to some of these multicolor teams. Like, I like to use the Dolphins a lot. I use the Jaguars. I like teams, and even the Dallas Cowboys. I like teams that have multiple colors, because then you can have them put a little accent in the badge, maybe a little part of it. And the more colors you have in it that are from these schemes, the better the badge is going to look. So make sure that you use NFL team colors on the badge. And well, why not use the NBA colors? Why not use the Major League Soccer colors or the university colors? Well, quite frankly, they don't put as much money into the jersey research and the team colors research as the NFL does. Go where their money is. That's where and the only reason the NBA isn't using the NFL team colors is because well, the NFL already has them, right? But you'll see similarities between them. So a lot of big money is made in professional sports, selling jerseys and hats and gear and jackets. So if those colors look bad, they're not going to be sold. That's just the way it is. All right, another thing, once you have the badge created and it's looking good, you shouldn't pay any more than a couple $100 for it, maybe $100. So it's not going to be a lot of money. If you do it yourself, it's free. Create an embed code for the badge. And I use this Siege Media one. And once you have the, that'll work. I don't know why I keep trying to link that. Let me get in there. I'll show it to you. So once you get the badge created, then you have to upload that badge to your server. Otherwise, how's it going to be displayed? And then you come here to Siege Media, and you put the name of your site. You put the URL where the post is, where your award list is. And yeah, you have to make sure that you're not putting the index in here to your site. Because when people click the badge and you give them the code, you're not going to want the people to show up on your home page. You want them to show up on the awards page. You're going to get people upset and won't display it. Then you take the image of the badge. You can write in alt text if you want. And then when you have this all set up, just take this. This is your embed code. This is what you would send to the prospects. And And like I said, make sure the embed codes links to the awards list page and not your home page. Trust me on that. Whenever I say trust me on that, it's because I've made that mistake. All right. Step 6. Once you've done that, you got to find the contact information of the decision makers for those 50 blogs. And this is where I think a lot of people miss it. And it's, why do they miss it? It's because they get lazy and they find one email address and like, wow, I found that one, let me send it out. Well, first of all, you have to make sure that you're sending it to the right person, because if you do all this work and you're sending your information to the wrong person, there's a good chance you've wasted your time. And it's just unbelievable to me how many link requests get sent out to people who are the wrong person. Link building's tough enough. Well, let's not make it harder by sending our requests to the wrong people. All right, now some of the ways that I find the right people, and sometimes you'll find somebody's name on a blog and you won't know for sure if they're the editor of the blog. But let me tell you, if it's a larger site, you want to go to company. You want to go to LinkedIn. You want to find their company page. And once you find their company page, you want to look at their employees. And you'll see everybody from the president down to the website editor. Find the editor. Don't find the content creator in charge of content. The content. There's all types of names. But make sure you're getting the person whose authority is to make edits on the website. Okay, that's a given. You can also go to their Facebook page. I've sent, in fact, if I can't find the right contact name, I will find as the closest name as I can get. But if I can't find the email, what I'll do is I'll go straight to the Facebook page and I'll send a message. And you get links, send it through Facebook. Go to their Facebook page and hit the message and put your request in there. It works. All right. Also, you can find them on Twitter. Or you could go on there, do a site search to find out more information about those bloggers. I'm going to get more into that in the outreach next module. But just make sure you're going after the right people. It's common sense, I know, but I don't know. Something gets on into a lot of our minds when we start doing this and we have a big list of prospects to get through. I think we just start rushing it. It's like, oh, that's just not the way. Like, if you watch a home builder, they take their time. They make sure the foundation's poured, and they make sure each board is measured right, cut right, and in place right, and is level before they go on to the next part. And that's really what we have to do with link building in this campaign, going through and making sure you have the right people listed. All right, just make things easier when your stuff goes to the right people. All right. All right, find the I showed you those. All right, next, reach out to the prospects to notify them and give them the good news that they made your awards list. Make it like an announcement. And what you want to do is, hey, congratulations, you made our list of top 100 parenting blogs to raise amazing children. We're really happy for you. Here's a beautiful badge that you can embed. If you place it on your site, and then also ask them if they would like to make edits to the image that you used on or the summary that you wrote, or if they would rather have you feature another of their posts instead of the one you selected. So give them like a little option to make some edits. They tend to appreciate that. Also, this is what I call a Derek Wozniak gold nugget. I learned this from him, and it's brilliant. And once you've gone through all this effort, you want to add some extra leverage to make sure that these people are going to want to link to you. And the best way to do that is, you're already appealing to their vanity, but now let's appeal to their greed. And I don't mean greed in a bad way. I know greed's an ugly word. But what you do is, when you send out your notification that they made your list, and you ask them if they want to make their edits, also tell them if they're willing to place the badge on their website and share the awards notification with their social followers, you'll be willing to include them on a roundup page you're doing on a major authority site in your industry. So let's say you contact all 50 people and you give them their badges and everything looks good on the site, and you have a really nice piece of content and you're starting the outreach, you send the embed code, you do all that, and then you ask for the edits, and then you just say, hey, by the way, let's say, I'm trying to think of a major authority site. Let's say it's for marketing, and you do it's a marketing award list, marketing blogs. You would say something like, hey, if you display the badge, everybody that displays a badge, we're going to include in a major roundup we're doing on USA Today. That should get you a lot of traffic too, but we have to limit the number. We can't add 50 people to a roundup to the USA Today, and we're trying to figure out what sites to include on the roundup. And we say, wait a minute, whoever displays the badge will be the people that will make it to USA Today. Now, there's a lot of authority sites out there. Bribery works because you're helping them get traffic. And that's why, too, that I say you should go after the upper, lower tier and middle tier bloggers, because that's going to give you the opportunity to reach people who need marketing. And if you're going to, you already gave them a badge, you already put them on a list, so you gave them some marketing there, you gave them some prestige. Now you're going to go a step further and offer to get them on a major authority site, and that gives them extra traffic, only if they display the badge. You just made a beautiful package for them that they're going to gobble up. Now, let's talk about those featured posts on authority sites. They are relatively inexpensive. For example, you could get feature posts on authority sites for sometimes as low as $500, and that seems to be the normal price. 400 to 300. I've seen it low all the way down to 200. Now, would you be willing to pay $500 for a featured post if it helped you earn a dozen links from major blogs in your industry? That turns out to be less than $50 a link. I would think you would. So yes, you can buy links, but this is how you buy links. You help other people. You don't say, can I buy a link on your site? You say, hey, I'm going to get you some more marketing. And then you bribe them and say, hey, if you link to us, we'll include you in the roundup. And that's like extra enticement. And like I said, that's a Derek Wozniak gem. And I love getting nuggets from that guy, man. He is a really good outreach trainer. All right, now you could probably wondering, okay, Matt, well, this is only good for a dozen links. I need more than a dozen links. Well, of course you do. So that's why you turn it into an evergreen strategy. Create a award list for multiple niches and update them every year. So you have a 2018 parenting blog for raising toddlers. Then you'll have your 2018 blog for raising teens. 2018 blogs for raising tweens. So you right there's three. And that would be, you could run those three award lists every year, getting a dozen links a year from each. And you could also get into the best children clothing blogs, the best children activity blogs. You could just go on forever. And it's an evergreen strategy if you go that route. And if you follow all the steps I share in here, it will just keep producing results for you. And also reverse engineering tactics if you want to get lazy. Find sites in your industry that are offering award list badges. And once you find them, just do a reverse Google search on the image to find the sites that are displaying those badges. And then you reach out to those sites and the decision makers to ask if they want to be included in your list. And since they've already accepted another badge, just make your badge look better and make the title better. And there's a good chance that you're going to you get them to display the badges. So this is a link bait campaign. And I know a lot of the stuff we're talking about so far in the course is all about getting links to your existing content, but I figured we need to get into actually creating content too, because that's a major thing that link builders have to do. And sometimes we have to create type of content that creates leverage for us. All right, so that's my award list links training, and I'm going to move on to the next video, and I'm going to catch you there. Bye now.